Hey guys, what's up? Another part of my 1000th video is that I'm announcing that I'm going to be doing a workshop video once a month. My first workshop video is going to be my Canon DSLRs, why I use them, which ones I have, and what lenses I use, and their strengths and their weaknesses. First off, this is my Canon 60D setup. It has a cam caddy handle. That's what the mic actually looks like without it. But I added about 7 to 10 pounds of extra weight on it to add some stability, so that when you hold it, the weight's pulling down and back a little. So when you're filming lines, it stays a lot more stable. For this camera, for a lot of the footage you guys have been seeing online, I use the Optica 6.5 lens. It's a really good lens. It's not a true 6.5 though, it's more like a 9, I would say. But it's only $350, which is really, really good for a fisheye that's that wide. But my new lens is the Canon Zoom. This is the best lens I think out there for DSLR fisheye stuff. The only thing is it's $1,600. So it costs more than the Canon 60D, the T3i, or the T2i. But it's amazing. It zooms. You can basically pick how much vignetting you want with it. It's a really amazing lens, and that's the lens I'm using from now on. But if you have a budget that you need to work with, I would suggest just getting the Optica 6.5. It's really good. It's you know, it's super cheap. It's everyone loves the stuff I've shot with it, so I'm really happy with it. But if you do have the money to spend, get the Canon 8 to 15. It's the Canon Zoom fisheye. It's the L series. It's really good though. It's like $1,600 though. That's the only thing. The main reason I chose to go with the Canon 60D over the T2i or T3i is that the Canon 60D also uses the same batteries as the Canon 5D. The Canon 5D was my first DSLR that I bought. And the only reason I got the Canon 60D was because it shoots 60p. The Canon 5D does not shoot 60p, and this camera costs around, I think, $2,200 or $2,300 brand new now. When I first got it, it was $3,000. But this camera is a full frame camera. It shoots 1080 24p. It shoots really amazing stuff, but I really wouldn't recommend it that much for skateboarding. I would more recommend it for like documentary type shooting, for commercial type shooting, for like the hardcore photographer, because it's full frame. It gets really, really amazing photos out of this thing. And it's pretty good in low light. For almost all my skating stuff though, for the past year and a half, I've used the Canon 60D. The 720 60p on here works really well. I highly recommend this camera, the T2i or the T3i, whichever one you could really afford, it doesn't really matter. But for an HD camera to shoot 60p and all the different lenses you can pick, it's a really, really good idea to get it. Otherwise, like most of the other cameras, like the Panasonic HVX or the HPX or any of those, you're gonna spend a lot more money, and the fisheye for that thing costs like $3 grand. One thing about shooting with any of the Canon DSLRs is that when you import the footage, it's a H.264 file. If you're editing in Final Cut, you're gonna want to transcode the footage to an Apple ProRes, and it'll make the editing in Final Cut a lot easier, it'll be a lot faster, and your computer will handle it a lot better. H.264 files can be kind of tough to edit unless you have a really gnarly computer. But if you're using like a MacBook Pro or a MacBook, then if you transcode it to a Apple ProRes, it'll be a lot better. With any of the DSLRs, it's not too smart to shoot doing this. You need some kind of handle on it, whether it's a cam caddy or a tripod or a monopod or anything. You just need something else to help stabilize it, because any of these little motions, it looks like shit with the DSLRs. That's one of the main weaknesses. There's no image stabilization that really works that well with it. So get some kind of handle or get some kind of stabilization method that works for you, that will help your shots from being all jiggly wobbly all over the place, because it looks really bad. And that's kind of like how you can tell like what stuff's professional and what stuff's amateur, because a lot of the kids out there, they just go and buy a T2i or T3i, and you see them pushing around with it in their hand, and no matter how steady of a hand you got, it's not going to look that good. This is a super handy tool that I found that's helped me quite a bit with shooting with all my DSLRs. It's just a little tiny Manfrotto tripod, but It has a ball head, so you could screw it into the bottom and give you some type of handle that works really well. Before I got this handle, I would film my lines with this, just angling it like that and just push behind people. But once I got my handle, I stopped using it. But for anything that you need just really fast, this thing costs like $35 on B&H. It's just a Manfrotto mini tripod. I highly recommend getting one of these. This thing's rad, and you get really cool low angles, and it's not that expensive, like $35 I think. Well, I can't really think of too much to talk to you guys about, so hopefully this helped, and let me know what you guys want me to teach you in the next episode, and hope you guys learned something. Peace.
Thanks, yo.